All right, so welcome back. We're later on in the day two. So I've been out. I did one buried treasure chest and one fetch quest. So we were able to get ourselves some more resources to keep us going through the night. I've also been gathering a lot of stone and clay and making cobblestone and the like. I was able to purchase an AK yesterday, which was great. To have something so early like that. Yeah, it's a level 1, but it's great to have for your first horde night. Because you don't want to be running out of stamina. And those blunderbusses, as good as they are to have now, and you can make them without having any skill points in anything, they are very slow to reload. So I've been making a bunch of cobblestone. I think I can make a little bit more here. Cobblestone, again, we want to hold on to a handful of rocks for tool repairs and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and... oh, I also found myself a couple of iron nodes down south here near the border of the burnt biome. So I've got some nearby resources for that now. So I'm glad I found those. Let's go ahead and knock out the rest of these corners. I'm going to go ahead and not do all these corners up to stone. And we got ourselves another skill point. That's nice. All right, let's hop in here. It's almost nighttime. Get ourselves with that iron deposit, I got a big stack of it, made myself an iron hatch, and upgraded this up to the scrap iron reinforced hatch, whatever you want to call it. So it's giving me a lot more security for when we start having some people wandering by. So let's take a look at this skill point and see where we want to put it. Actually, we actually have 2 points. So we did say last time that we wanted to go ahead and start putting an extra point here into our intellect. Because we do want to be able to make a workbench as soon as possible. So looks like I'm gonna have to have 1 more point here. I think before I do that, what I may do is go ahead and put it into Miner 69er. This will allow us to make, is it this one? I don't know, maybe it's Mother Load. It must be this one. Tool Nipper, yeah, so I can create some iron axes and hammers and whatnot. Again, I think I mentioned before, I don't like having to rely on luck to be able to build the resources I need. So I like putting my points in where I can actually make all this stuff. So I'm going to make my own workbench. I'm going to make my own wrench. I'm going to make my own hammer, just in case I can't find them. Yeah, later on in the game, those are going to be wasted points. If you get up high enough where you can save up the money, you can do the Forgotten Elixir, and you can redo all your points. But for me, getting all these resources at the very get-go is smart. It's a smart way to do it rather than totally relying on luck. So I'm going to go ahead and put points in here. So this will actually allow me to make a pickaxe, which will allow me to get resources faster than by using the stone axe. So it's a good logical progression on getting your tools that you need. So go ahead and get that. Do I have enough resources? I think I was just waiting on more pipes. Yeah, we do have enough pipes. I think we can go ahead and, if I didn't use up all of my stone, I probably did. Let's see what it takes to make a forge. Forge, we're going to need... Yeah, we're going to need 50 stone. We can actually take some of this and see if we can scrap it. That'll give us 43. How much did we need again? We need a little bit more. Let's go ahead and scrap that as well. That should give us enough stone to make our forge. I think we got everything else we're going to need there. Duct tape, we were lucky and we have been able to find some duct tape. I was able to find a cooking pot as well as a cooking grill, so now we can make glue. We do have some bones, not a whole lot. But we have 1 glue, so we need to go around and start scrapping up some of the piles of bone that we see. We did luck out, and we now have 2 bottles of acids. That's the biggest hurdle in making your bicycle, is finding acid to be able to make the wheels. So now we have enough to be able to make the wheels for our bicycle, which will be coming along relatively shortly. So are we able to go ahead and make our forge? Yes, we can. So let's go ahead and craft that. So on what day are we on? Day 2, we've got our forge. So from there we can actually we may have enough of the scrap iron to be able to make a pickaxe, which would be really nice. Go ahead and grab our clay because we're going to throw that in there. I've also been collecting some coal because that is something we're going to need for our wheels as well as the oil, and we have enough of that for making the wheels. So right now it's just a matter of getting that extra skill point to throw into to making the workbench, and then we can put the next point into making the bicycle, and we'll have wheels. Wheels to me are something really important in these early stages, especially seeing now that a lot of these quests are so far away. You'd be spending half your time, just walking and carrying all this stuff. Having that bicycle with the extra capacity on it, to me is a huge game saver. So while that forge is being made, what do we want to do now? Let's just go ahead and continue on with the improvement of our base here. Again, we're going to focus on this front area because this is where the zombies are going to be, kind of congregating. So we'll get the front and work our way back around, and we'll just work our way on up. And looks like we're already out of our cobblestone. That's fine. That's fine. We've got our first 3 layers of the cobblestone. We are pretty well secure. We got a iron hatch here, and we have the scrap reinforced door. So we are in pretty good standing right now. Because I do realize that this will be attracting zombies, but again, we're in relative safety now that we have everything up to cobblestone. Go ahead and drop this forge down here. Lovely. So let's see what we can do as far as getting some forge steel made. We'll grab this. We don't have a whole lot of clay, but it takes half the clay than it does for the scrap iron. Let's just throw the whole thing in there. Get in there. And we'll throw the whole thing in here. And we will just fire you up. We're probably definitely going to be calling in some zombies. But we have an AK now. It was fully loaded when we got it. We did use a couple of rounds on one of our quests. So we got, still got 30 rounds. And we did find some in one of our quests. So we at least have a full magazine. We also have a couple of blunderbusses. Those are going to be kind of our last resort. Let me make sure I have both of those loaded up. You are loaded up, and which one are you? We'll load you up as well. And let me just go ahead and swap this bow and arrow. Again, I'm not an archery person. It's great to have those for kind of at the beginning of the game, and it's also good for a little bit of hunting to get some stealth shots. But once I get some decent weapons, I usually discard the archery stuff for firearms. So I'm going to continue on. I guess really I don't really have a whole lot I can do tonight. So I'll just go ahead and stop this here, and I'll see you guys again in the morning once I start doing some more home improvement stuff. I'll see you soon. All right, we're coming towards the afternoon of day 3 here, and I've just completed a couple of quests. I did a fetch and a berry supplies. I'm just coming back from the berry supplies to turn this in.
Meds, drugs, booze.
So we did get ourselves a point while we were out today. And I've been kind of rethinking because I'm going to be needing a bunch of materials to be able to make the workbench. More often is the mechanical parts. So I think what I really need to do is to get myself a wrench, and in order to actually make one, I'm trying to remember where that is located, under salvage operations. So if you put a point here in the junk collector, you'll be able to create a wrench, which I think is beneficial, because I'll be needing both a wrench and the hammer for the workbench, and having a couple sets is a good deal. So let's go ahead and grab that. Throughout the evening, the previous evening, or actually this morning, I went ahead and mined a bunch of iron, and so I threw that in the smelter this morning before I headed on out. I did have a short encounter with a spider who did a lot more damage than he should have. Spraying my legs, spraying my arm, and gave me an infection. Just right outside of my base here. I was just chopping down some trees, and he sneaked out underneath the branches. So I had to kind of limp around for a little while until I so I can get both the arm and the leg fixed. So I just went over, limped over to the mine and worked on that for a while. So let's see, we should be able to make a bunch of forged iron here. 49's good. Let's go ahead and get you loaded up here. And get you going. Is that gonna be enough? Yes. We'll go ahead and do we want to use the clay for this? No, we're okay on the clay there. So I'll hold on to the clay for cobblestone because we're always going to be needing that. So I did get this recipe here. Should I read this, or this is really not worth much to me? I will probably never make this. I'll probably sell this back. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this over here in the sellables, and we'll just hold on to that for a while. So we have gotten a little bit of food. This is from our buried supplies, and a little bit of medicine, and then a little more crafting stuff here. So we'll toss that in there. So what do we want to do this evening? I think what I want to do next is do the layout for my entryway upstairs. Well, hello there. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you go away. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the entrance so I can block this off as quickly as possible, and then I'll set up my killing corridor. Maybe better off to set up my killing corridor first. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So that's gonna be the platform where I'm fighting at. That's awfully high. I might lower that down a bit. So this is my ground floor. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go ahead and just kind of lay out some frames here, just so I can get an idea of what is hitting what. So that's going to be the initial portion. So let's go ahead and get all these underneath you. So this whole killing corridor that's even too high for that. I'm probably good with that level up there. So let's take off these top two. I can from here. Come on. Don't want to go? No, let's just do it from this way. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's certainly high enough for my fighting. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Let's get back down here and continue this out. All right, so the whole thing of this is going to be kind of where they're going to be standing to fight me. I'll be standing here in the doorway, and then the path up. And again, this is whole, kind of get them to come to you as opposed to the other way around. You set up the path you want them to take, so it's really the only way to get to you. That way, they're not going to be surrounding you and hitting on the sides of your base where you're not really prepared for them. So for the bases, it's going to be 4 out and 1 down for the stairwell here. It's more like a hop well. Most people have found that if you don't put stairs on here, they will pause and hop to go up a block, and then they'll pause a little bit once they get at the top of the block. So it's a really good way to kind of space them out and slow them down. Okay, we need to make a few more frames here. So it's a very effective way of slowing them down and spreading them out, and it really evens them out on this system as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, easy there. Come on, get in there. Get in there. There we go. Sometimes those plants, those plants get too much in the way. Get in there. Uh-oh. We got Edgar, and he's gonna probably come sprinting at me here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves inside. just for safety's sake. Let's go up and see how Edgar's doing over here. He's there. Yeah, he's over there one. I'll leave those last ones off. He won't be able to get up here. He'll continue to path down to the lower area. So up here, I might as well go ahead and get started on this. It's very basic, and there's two ways you can do this. You can kind of do it the fancy way, or you can do it the plain and ordinary way. I tend to go with the fancy way. See if we can entice Edgar over here. Let's go ahead and use our blunderbuss. We haven't used those yet. Here I am. Come on over. Door's over here. Hey, dumbass. Oh, you dumbass. You're breaking my frames. You're stuck on the other side, aren't you? Alright, we may just have to go in with our... Okay, do it that way. That's what happens when they get stuck. I usually will leave a path underneath that until I'm finished. But I kind of got caught interrupted in the middle there, but that's no biggie deal. So I'll go ahead and do the simple version. It's a pretty straightforward design. So this all is based around using 2 arrow slits back to back. Let me just kind of double check and make sure the coast is clear before I kind of lock myself out by doing this. So this is basically going to be a wall that's 2 blocks thick, with the exception. Well, even here at the front, we will have 2 arrow slits that are back to back. So one's going to be like this, and the other one is going to be like this. Okay, and then what I normally do is do like a wedge tip, and I did get kind of fancy. But in all reality, all you really need to do is to just to use some half blocks to fill in the rest of it. I probably shouldn't be doing this while it's dark. I'll just do the one side so you can see it better. So like that, so on and so forth. And you can do the whole front, or you can, maybe put a wedge tip on the side there to kind of slant it out to the edge. It doesn't really matter. This will be the very, very basic version here. So we'll just do the flat fronts, and we can do this all the way down the front of the base, so that everything, I just put that one in the wrong place. So everything along this front is 2 layers thick. So we got a layer here, we got this layer back here. Same thing here. We have this layer here, which is counted as 1 block, and this layer right here, which is also counted as a full block. And then we'll fill in the top with a plate, so that if this is just left open, this is basically, I'll be standing on the backside here as a melee, just whacking away with my club. But this is still considered a full empty block. And spider monkeys and zombie dogs and the like are still able to get through a single 1x1 block. So basically, you can either put a plate, which is, let's see, let's get to this. So the plate is this one, which kind of in physical appearance looks like it's maybe 1.5 inches thick. Or alternatively, you can create a fence, which is actually constructed in the game as a single plane, but it counts as having as filling that entire block. So you can do a wood fence or railing and then upgrade it. I think it'll upgrade all the way up to iron. I don't think you can go beyond that with this particular one. You might be able to do it with a metal fence or railings. I'm not positive, but I've been lately using the wooden fence or railings because it's super thin. It's literally just a unit thickness, and then just upgrade it up to steel or to iron. It's not one of those blocks that gets hit much at all. If it does get hit, it's usually me hitting it with the club accidentally. Let's go ahead and kind of fill in the rest of the upper area here. as we're going along here. It is kind of dark. I apologize for that. Let's just put one here for now so we can hop up easily enough. Now I'll need to leave one of these sides open as my doorway to get in. It doesn't really matter where you put your doorway. Obviously, you don't want it on the front face where you're fighting from. I'm going to put it on the side where I'm going to be having my crafting base. I do kind of co-join the crafting base and my fighting base, although they are not physically attached. They will have a drawbridge that uses a door or two doors, so that while I'm working in the crafting base and I have the drawbridge down, I guess, where you can actually walk across it, the zombies will continue to path up the killing corridor to the fighting tower. Whereas during the horde night, what I will do is I will open up those doors so you cannot walk across. So that totally severs the connection between the fighting tower and the crafting tower, and you'll see that once I get to that point. So this is basically what we're going to look at. I think I'll go ahead and do it up 4 high, and then we'll do our half layer up there. How are we doing on wood? Yeah, we got plenty. So we'll just be doing the improvements up to level 2 up in here, and then this front portion we'll take all the way up to cobblestone. Let me just go ahead and take these out of the way so I can get these corner ones easier. I'm trying to think of where I may want to do my actual crafting base. I usually do it on the back side, opposite of the killing corridor, because that way you can kind of put a killing corridor on each of the 4 sides of the main base. I'm not sure I want to do that this time. I might want to put it over here on the side. I think that might make it a little interesting, and to kind of throw things around. How do I want to do this? Let's do it in the middle for now. We may change that. I won't improve these right away. So this will be my entrance in. So I'll be building a wall out a little bit of a distance, 2 blocks or 4 blocks. I might do 4 blocks to see if... that's something I need to test first. With the latest update, as was it Alpha 19.3 B4, I think I just saw the news, that they've done something with the doors. Now, I think it may be more have to do with the structural integrity of the doors. A lot of people have been doing like these kind of... They play with the game mechanics. It's cheesing it basically, where they stack doors on top of each other and kind of build a tower out of doors that when they're open, the zombies don't see them, I guess is how that works. What I do is I take the doors and I lay them on their backs or on their sides and use them like a drawbridge. In the past, most people would use the, like 2 hatches to be able to do that. But the doors are nice because it's just one mechanic that you have to open or close. So how can I test that? Can I do that from here? Let's just kind of step outside a little bit and see if we can attach 2 doors consecutively. Let's go ahead and make 2 doors here. I'll have to destroy them later. This is just a test. Oh, I forgot to get water. I grabbed jars earlier today to grab some water. Let's go ahead and put it here. We're going to do advanced rotation. Let's see. So we want it like that. Now, can I put another one on the end and it stays? Okay, good. You can still do double where they attach. So basically, this is going to be kind of our bridge. When I don't want anybody to try to path across it, the doors will be open, so the zombies won't see this as a path. But when they're closed like this, the zombies will see it as a path. And that's how that's going to work. Let's go ahead and just break these down. I just wanted to test to make sure it was, well, I take that back. I don't have the update, so because it's still not a stable version. We'll do this for now. If they've nerfed it so it doesn't work like that anymore, I have another way I can do it. So we'll just do it that way. So let's get back upstairs. And again, I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing as far as the base building is, and I do apologize for how dark it is. So I'll go ahead and put a again my half blocks up here. So we want to go here. We'll do our half blocks, and I'll just copy rotation of this floor right here because that is doing the way I want it. And we'll just slap you up there. Where's my hatch? So what I will probably end up doing, this hatch will end up be blocked out. But I also will do what I call my vulture hatch that's directly above where I'm fighting. And that's actually a little bit higher than I want to do. I think I'll only do this high here for my roof. So I don't want it there. I want it here. We'll still have the ones up above because we'll kind of have a rampart up there so we don't fall off. And my hatch is right there. So that's how that's going to go from here. I need to get one more in there, I believe. Yeah, okay, that's my entryway. Yeah, I just need to have this middle one filled in. There we go. All right, that'll work. And again, did I leave that one blank? I did not leave that one blank. Which one did I leave open? I guess I didn't. So we'll leave this one open for the time being. Again, this will be accessible from the rooftop on the other side, but this hatchway will be no longer present after everything's all said and done. Let me go ahead and knock these in just to kind of so everybody can get the visual of what this is supposed to look like. So right here in this gap, what I'll do is I will have a hatch that opens downward. So when it's closed, it's flush to the top, but when it's open, the door will flap down straight down along the side here. And then up above, I'll have some wood bars or metal bars once I get the resources. So until I get a auto turret of some sort, of either junk turret or auto shotgun turret or auto SMG turret, I will use this to take care of any vultures. Vultures aren't going to show up until maybe the second or third Horde Night, and usually by then I will have skilled up where I can build some sort of anti-air support system. So there was our chime there. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this, getting it upgraded, and head over and grab a quest, or check to see if there's any quests that are nearby. She didn't have any at this last time I stopped in. They were both a considerable distance away, so we'll check again this morning and see if there's anything a little bit better there to get us another quest. Alrighty, I think that'll do there. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a few more ladders here. Alrighty, yeah, it's almost time for her to open up. Hop on up here. So yeah, this is where the buzzard cage will be. It's a pretty simple setup. You'll see it once I get it built. And yeah, okay, let's head on over to Jen. See what kind of quests we can get. And hit the world. So I will leave you here and come back again kind of when I've ended the day and start working on the base again. I will see you shortly.